Welcome back to the deep dive. You know the mission here. We take that pile of sources you sent over articles, docs, transcripts, and boil it down fast. Get you the core knowledge you need.
And today, we're diving into something pretty significant in the AI agent space. It's the official look at OpenAI's new Agent Builder.
Right. So for anyone building agents now, or even thinking about complex AI workflows for their business, this sounds like it could change things.
It really could. It's not just another feature drop. Think of it more like an integrated visual studio for this stuff.
Okay, so let's define it based on the sources. It's an all-in-one space, right? Visual, no code, uses a canvas to design, test, and launch these pretty complex AI workflows.
Exactly. And the key difference is it's integrated. Before this, you might be, duct taping together different tools, worrying about the underlying infrastructure.
Yeah, lots of custom logic. This aims to bring it all onto the main platform.
Right. And what you, the listener, really need to grasp is how this simplifies the structure and deployment. We're not just talking about making prompts. We're talking about the components, the nodes, the tools, the whole architecture that let you build professional, solid agents quickly.
Agents that can handle complexity from the get-go.
Precisely. It's a step up from just chaining prompts in a general model, which has its limits.
Okay, so let's start at the beginning, the visual part. It's a drag-and-drop canvas, you said.
Yeah, and every workflow kicks off with the start node.
And that's not just like a go button. It actually does something.
Oh, yeah. It's where you set the stage. You define the initial inputs, maybe context from somewhere else, or state variables the whole workflow needs access to. It's the starting conditions.
Got it. And then the workflow itself. It's more than just a straight line of instructions.
Much more. A workflow here is this blend of specialized agents, tools you can call, and importantly, control flow logic. You need branching, decisions.
If you're building anything serious, yeah. Automation needs that if this, then that capability.
Exactly. Which leads us to the key nodes for building that complexity. First up is the agent node.
Okay, the agent node, that sounds like the brand.
Sort of. It's where you put the core instructions for a specific task. You choose the model, maybe GPT-5, maybe something else, adjust how hard it should think, its reasoning level.
So how's that different from just writing a prompt in, say, ChatGPT?
It's about specialization and resource control. You give this agent node specific, focused instructions for one part of the job, but it works closely with the next key piece, the if-else node.
Ah, the control flow, the branching.
That's your primary tool for directing the workflow. It looks at what the previous step produced and sends things down different paths based on conditions you set up. That's how you build robust systems.
Okay, the sources gave a good example, the travel agent workflow. Let's walk through that. It sounds like it doesn't start with one giant agent trying to do everything.
No, definitely not. It starts smart. The user says, I need flights for next week and maybe an itinerary for Rome. That request goes straight to a specialized classifier agent.
Okay, so its only job is to classify, not book flights or write itineraries.
Exactly. Its sole task is to figure out the types of requests. It sees flight info and itinerary, maybe flags those, and spits out that classification, probably in a structured format like JSON.
Right. So instead of one big, slow, potentially expensive model trying to juggle classifying, searching databases, checking flights, writing emails, you use a small, fast agent just for that initial routing decision.
That's the architectural win right there. As soon as that classifier agent outputs the JSON, the if-else node picks it up. If it sees flight info, bang, it routes the task to a dedicated flight agent.
And if it sees itinerary,
routes it to the itinerary agent, you see? You've broken down the problem. Instead of one slow monolith, you have a team of specialized, faster, probably cheaper agents. It's just better engineering, addresses latency, cost.
Makes total sense. Structure first. But okay, these specialized agents still need knowledge, right? And the power to do things. What tools do they get? What are the superpowers?
Good question. The first big one is handling information, and that's file search.
File search. So this is like their version of RAG, retrieval augmented generation.
Essentially, yes, but simplified. Building RAG traditionally involves a lot of engineering, managing vector databases, embedding models, chunking strategies. It can get complicated.
Right, it's a whole project in itself. How does Agent Builder handle it?
It sounds like they've automated a lot of that heavy lifting. You just upload your files, internal docs, transcripts, manuals, whatever, and the platform handles the indexing, vectorizing, chunking, storing it all behind the scenes.
Wow, okay. And then
you just attach that index knowledge base to an agent node. So your agent can now effectively chat with your own documents.
That's a huge win for businesses right there. Instant access to internal knowledge. And the sources mentioned something crucial. Citations.
Yes. This is key for professional use. The agent doesn't just give an answer based on the files, it tells you which source documents it used. That's massive for trust and checking its work.
Absolutely. Okay, so that covers internal knowledge. What about up-to-the-minute external info?
That's where the web search tool comes in. Pretty standard, but necessary. Your flight agent needs to find flights available now, not just from when the model was trained.
Got it. So reasoning via agent nodes, knowledge via file search, and web search. But the real power of agents is taking action, right? How do they step outside the chat and interact with other business apps?
That's the job of MCP. Stands for multi-client protocol or mechanism, depending on the source. Think of MCP as the bridge. If the agent builder is the brain, MCP connects it to the muscles, the external services.
Okay, MCP. But, many businesses already use tools like Zapier or Make to Connect apps, update Salesforce, manage calendars. Why route that through Agent Builder's MCP? What's the advantage there?
That's a really important point. The advantage of using MCP within this visual workflow is about control and visibility. First, it standardizes how the AI talks to the outside world. Second, you can see the AI's decision and the resulting action call in the same place. Makes debugging and securing it much easier.
Ah, I see. It's about managing the whole process end to end.
Exactly, and it doesn't shut out those existing tools. The sources mention partnerships, like with Zapier's MCP server. So through MCP, the agent builder can potentially tap into that huge ecosystem, Google Apps, Microsoft tools, Dropbox, literally thousands of apps via Zapier.
So it leverages the existing connections, but brings the decision to use them into the Agent Builder workflow.
Precisely. So your itinerary agent could use MCP to, say, call an external service to generate a welcome audio clip or log the interaction in your CRM. It makes the workflow a true automation engine.
It moves from just providing info to actually completing tasks.
That's the leap. And once the agent has done its work, how does it present the results? Not just a wall of text, hopefully.
Right, that leads to the Widget Studio.
Yeah, this lets you design custom output formats. Instead of plain text, you get rich interactive displays. The example was that flight information widget structured data, looked clean, maybe even dynamic elements like changing colors based on destination.
So it completes the professional picture. Complex logic, powerful tools, external actions, and then a polished, useful output for the user.
That whole pipeline, from start to finish, seems to be the focus, professionalizing the whole process.
Okay, that brings us to maybe the most critical part for businesses, security and reliability. It's great to drag and drop powerful tools, but you need to make sure they're safe. Enter the Guardrails node.
This could be the biggest differentiator for enterprise users. The Guardrails node is like a bouncer at the club door. It enforces rules before the user's input even gets near the main AI model, the expensive part.
Pre-filtering. Why is that so important?
It tackles a massive problem in AI right now. It stops bad data or malicious prompts, prompt injection attacks, that sort of thing, from ever reaching the core reasoning engine. Saves cost, reduces risk.
Okay, but let me push back slightly. If the guardrail blocks input, doesn't that limit the agent? Could it block legitimate but maybe unusual requests?
That's always a balance, right? Every security system faces that. But think about the alternative, letting a harmful prompt run through your complex, expensive agent workflow. The Guardrails node lets you set policies. Block PII, personally identifiable information, moderate harmful content, stop jailbreaking attempts, even manage hallucinations, potentially.
And what happens if it detects a violation? Does the whole thing just crash?
It doesn't have to. You can configure it. Maybe it branches to a simple agent that says, sorry, I can't process that request for security reasons. Or it can just end the workflow right there. The key is stopping the potentially harmful input before it consumes resources or causes damage. It's security first, cost saving.
That structural approach to security makes a lot of sense. So you've built it, you've guarded it. How do you make sure it actually works well?
Testing and evaluation are built in. There's a preview feature for live interactive testing. You run your workflow, watch each node execute, see the data flow, basically step-by-step debugging right on the canvas.
Okay, useful for spotting obvious bugs. What about testing at scale? One good run doesn't mean it's perfect.
For that, they have the evaluate feature. This lets you run bigger test suites. You can use specialized tools called trace graders to check performance across many different scenarios, things like speed, accuracy, whether it followed the security rules. It's about moving from gut feeling to actual measured performance.
Right, proper optimization, which brings us to the finish line, deployment. You're happy with it, it's tested, it's secure. How do you get it out into the world?
So workflows autosave, but then you explicitly publish them. That creates a specific version snapshot, which is really important for tracking changes, compliance, that sort of thing. Then you have the agent kit for deployment.
Agent kit, what are the options there?
Two main paths. The simplest is ChatKit. Basically, you get a workflow ID, you pass that ID, and boom, you can embed the agent as a chat widget into your website or app. Minimal coding required. Super fast integration.
Okay, the easy route. What if you need more control? Maybe run it on your own servers.
That's option B, the Agents SDK. This is for more advanced users. You can download the underlying code and configurations needed to run that whole workflow on your own infrastructure. Gives you full control, lets you manage costs directly, integrate deeply into existing systems.
Wow. Okay, so from visual design with these specialized agents to built-in RIG, external actions via MCP, those crucial guardrails, testing, and then flexible deployment, it really feels like they're trying to build a complete environment, lowering the barrier to creating really sophisticated AI systems.
I think that's exactly it. Agent Builder looks positioned to simplify the hard parts of deploying robust AI agents, the structure, the security, the optimization, while still playing nice with existing tools through things like MCP. It's a bridge from basic prompting to deploying real, production-ready agentic workflows.
It certainly sounds like a major step. So let's leave everyone with this thought. Given how Agent Builder seems to make it easier to create these very specialized agents that connect to apps, follow strict security rules, use internal knowledge with citations, how much could this change things in business IT? Could we see a shift away from using one big general AI for everything, towards a future where specific business tasks are handled by networks of these custom-built, specialized, secure AI agents?
Yeah, think about it. If you had access to this today, what's the first complex multi-step process you'd want to automate? What's the first specialized agent you'd build? We'd genuinely love to hear your ideas on this. Let us know what you think, your proposals down in the comments section.
Absolutely. And if this deep dive helped you understand Agent Builder better, please do give the video a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and maybe hit that notification bell. Sharing it helps others stay informed too. Thanks for diving deep with us today.